Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we're here for our episode 1 of the X-Piles series 3. So yep, if you have got a desk that looks a little bit like this, then join me and let's clear our desk together. So at this point, I don't know how long the series is going to run for. We're just going to have to kind of see how we get on. But let's embark on our huge mission that we have here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start by just pulling in a pile of things. Now, I've done this kind of tactic or technique in previous X-Piles seasons or series, and I found that they work really quite well. It seems to kind of like, just be quite helpful to just pull in a bunch of things straight away, and then I can kind of see the pile beneath, and it just seems to spur me on then for the next days. So I have got this pile here, which we're going to kind of embark on today. So let me just hang the camera up. Hold on. Okay, so long overdue, this series. So I've got a little bit of sewing pattern paper, so we may use that or maybe need to put it away. I've got ephemera pieces here that need obviously finishing off. So I've got a box of ephemera, ready-made ephemera that we've made in mass makings and things like that, so I can obviously put these in there ready to be decorated. So I'm just going to pop those in my lap ready to go over there. I've got some of my laminated flowers, so we can definitely use those possibly even today, so I'll just move those to one side. We've got here some envelopes. These are envelopes that I've lined already, ready to be used in folios and things like that, so definitely I can put those away as well, ready to be used in folios. So, I mean, some of this is just pure clearing up, to be honest. Another couple of pieces of ephemera. Got some paper here. Excuse me. So, I'm just going to kind of like rifle through and see what needs to be cleared straight away off for, for instance, decorating and things like that. And then we'll kind of know a bit more where we're at. So, this might be the extent of it, in terms of, ephemera pieces needing decorating. Okay, now what I've also got is I've got quite a few sheets of things needing fussy cutting. So these things, obviously I'm not going to sit and fussy cut these, here on film. That would be pretty boring for you guys. So I'm going to take these and I can do them in slow time, when I'm watching TV and what have you. I can just be fussy cutting them then. So there's quite a few things there for fussy cutting. So straight away, that's a big pile gone. Oops, there is one that's been fussy cut, so I'll just put that over there. Okay, so I'm going to just move these. Now I'm hoping that I'm not going to end up with just a huge pile behind my desk now by the end of this series. That is always a risk. I've got these, which I'm not sure whether these are actually going to be available yet, but yeah, I was working on some paper dolls. I need to finish the finish those off. Oh, I've just spotted another lined envelope, so I'm going to move that. Okay. Oh, another piece for, oh no, not sure what that was for, to be honest. Right, okay, I'm going to put these things away then quickly and then I'll come back. Okay, so I'm back. Right, let's just quickly see what we can do with all of these bits and pieces. So I'm kind of thinking, I have got this brown tape here, which we had used in our Christmas Back to Basics series that we ran. So I'm thinking we could just kind of compose some sort of journal or something from all of these little bits and pieces. So I'm just going to literally fold them up. Just going to, not worry too much about what I've got here, but hopefully just put something together that will be, scrumptious and yummy. So let's hope that some of these papers actually are going to tone all right together. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with a bit of a mess on my hands, but fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I mean, obviously I've just picked up a pile. I don't know really, what that pile consists of. So let's get rid of those bits. This here, this is from my vintage desk, the first edition. I'm just going to take that off and then that's just a ready fussy cut. This piece, I could always make a little cluster from it. So let's just tear that round now. I do like a torn cluster. Okie dokie. Oh, so I've got some of my Victorian beauties here. So let's just take one of those. You can just put her straight on, just straight away. And then we've already made one complete bit, haven't we, from the remnants, or the, you know, the pieces on our desk. So wasting no time here, we're just going to get straight on with it. So got some lace here. Oh, do you know what I'm thinking? Use a little bit of this. I love kind of the organic nature of just using things that are laying about, to be honest. You just sometimes find that you actually end up creating, you know, your favourite things when you're working with unexpected stuff, you know. Sometimes we can spend too long, I'm just going to staple this together, too long worrying about, oh, does that go, does that match, you know, and actually, there we go. So that's a little cluster done. So I'll just put that inside there for a moment, just to keep it out of the way. Right, so that got rid of that piece of paper. So we were folding these, weren't we? So, yeah, let's just fold those up. Okie dokie. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to make some sort of little journal. This obviously was from a different project, which I'm struggling to even remember now what it was. So, yeah. Oh, I've just thought what it was, but oh well, that's fine. Okay. Right. Let's just see actually what we've got here, whether we have got enough to actually make a journal before I get too... Right, these are just some sheets of paper, and so are these. So these are not thick card or anything like that. So I can put these straight away. I've got a little envelope here that I keep beside the desk that I use for collage papers and things. So I'm going to put paper type items. Oh, that's another one for decorating. So I'll put that to the side and then we'll put that away in a minute. This is another thick paper. Obviously it's not been coffee dyed, and I'm not sure that it's really going with this, although actually, okay, we'll keep that as a possible like that for a moment. So these are all possibles for maybe like pockets or something if we're going to make some sort of journal here. These are some coffee dyed papers. That's a coffee dyed paper. Oh, some from my Christmas kit. Oh, and that as well. So yeah, you just put those out of the way. I should really throw them away because come next year obviously I'm not going to even be able to find them. Right, I've got these tickets. These are my little tickets that I have printed here onto some deli paper. So what we could do is with the coffee dyed papers and the deli paper, we could make some sort of little clustery pieces. I'm going to get rid of that. That's just a tiny piece of paper I don't need to be keeping at all. So let's put those to one side. We've got some from my Victorian Beauties. Oh, another piece of Christmas paper. Oh, look. Yep, okay. Pop that to one side. I've got here a bunch of stamped butterflies ready for using. So I'm going to keep those... I'm going to put them with the fussy cut in, ready to cut out, actually. That's what I will do with those. So let's move these to one side for a moment. We've got some lace, which we'll try and use during this, you know, this series. Little piece here to make another cluster. So exactly, you know, we'll do exactly that as it's just right here, right now. Just literally tear one of these. Okay. Like that. I mean, I hope that this goes well because already I'm like, oh, I've already got a lower pile in front of me, which feels very exciting. So yeah, fingers crossed that we're going to get on well and, you know, achieve our mission of clearing some space here. So I'm just going to put that on like that. And then I've just got some lace here, which will just attach on there as well. Oops. Perhaps I'll do it this way round. Come on. Yeah, something like that. And then the lace, I never can see which is the right way and the wrong way of the lace. And I say that all the time, it's so boring, but probably is the right way and the wrong way. I just can't see it. There we go. So just staple that one together. So again, just pop that into that little brown tape just so it doesn't get lost. So right, what's all this? Okay, this is from the vintage desk. Again, set one. Just going to cut out a few of these bits and then they're ready for using. And again, the whole sheet then is off the desk. I mean, not that it was a big sheet, but obviously all of these little sheets, you know, if you've got enough of them, they're what's obviously caused our big pile of stuff in the first place, aren't they? So it's, you know, it's good to get rid of them, no matter how insignificant they seem. So I'm going to just throw these couple of bits away. So doing quite well. I'm actually throwing some things away, which is unusual for me. This piece, this would be great as just a little decorative piece. So again, just going to cut that down. Keep hold of that. So I've just got my little sort of pouch full of fussy cut things that are just there to the side. So I'm just going to put that in there. Right, this is now thick paper again. So that's pretty good. It does need coffee iron, but that's fine. So, yeah, that's fine. So I'm just going to fold that in half. Then I've got, oh, this is another piece of my totally dotty paper. So, yeah, that's, again, that's on thicker paper. Now, I'm actually thinking, I wonder if we could do, yeah. Okay, right, let's just have a look. So let me move this stuff out the way for a minute. Oh, I don't want to get it in my piles that I haven't touched yet. So I'm not going to do that quite. Now, this is obviously quite different colours, but what do we think? I think it will be okay. This was my freebie that I put out at Christmas. So just going to, yeah, fold that in. Okay. Right, now I'm not thinking about this at all as yet. So I'm going to now just glue these, or sellotape these down. Sorry, not glue them. Sellotape these down together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to put this to the side because it's sort of in the way being on my lap. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue these pages together. And again, quite often I would probably sew these. I'm just trying to keep this nice and accessible for everybody. You know, because I know not everybody has a sewing machine or doesn't want to use their sewing machine with paper. So hopefully this is demonstrating that, you know, you definitely can do this with anything that you have. Right. So glued that one together. Okie dokie. And then I'm going to do exactly the same, obviously, with this one. So like that. Oops. Okay. Okie dokie. Again, just smoosh them down. So these are all printed on 250 GSM. So they're nice kind of thick quality paper. They're not flimsy paper. I mean, you probably could do something like this with flimsy paper, but you know, you're not going to be able to kind of like overly embellish it or decorate it with anything too heavy, because of course your paper is going to be quite thin and fragile. So I would recommend, if you're going to be doing anything like this, not that I know yet what we're doing quite, to be perfectly honest, but I would recommend thicker paper for whatever it is that we're doing. Oh dear, that does not sound very good, does it? For whatever it is we're doing, use thicker paper. Okay. Right, let's mop up my glue. Okay, so I've got 3 sheets there. Now I have got some more sheets here, so I've got this brown. Now let me just see, because I'm thinking, sorry, this is all dropping onto the desk a little bit. I can't wait to actually have my desk, you know, feeling quite tidy. I mean, I do find it quite inspirational having stuff all out on the desk, but it does sometimes get to the point where it's kind of like, oh, it's got too much, even for my standards, you know, it's too messy. And then it's, you know, stifling to creativity, I find. Right, so I'm thinking, now I was thinking do like a, well, what do you call these? Accordion style thing, which we've done things like this before, and strangely enough we've often done them in the realms of these kinds of what do you call these now, X-Files series. So yeah, they kind of seem to lend themselves quite nicely to that. Sorry, I have to keep on sticking this down because it's not quite stuck in the corner. They seem to lend themselves quite well to that type of thing. I'm not 100% sure whether that's what I want to do. So, right, let's just put these down going to just put these together like that. Now again, just like if you watch the Back to Basics series at Christmas, you want to leave hopefully like a little space, just a millimetre or so between them. So I'm just going to then pop them down together like this. Okay. Now I will have to trim this off, and that's fine, I don't mind that. So like that. And then what I might do actually is, instead of trimming it off, I might actually just go straight over like that. And then I'm going to obviously tape the back as well, so like this. Okay, and then just along here like that. Okay. Right, looking good. So again, just can fold that round or not, you know, you can just tear it off, it doesn't really matter. Right, so that's first page done. Now, oh, do I want to do an accordion or do I want to do a journal? I wish you guys were here and I could hear you. I'm actually thinking we could make some sort of folio from this. Oh, do you know, let's just see how this ends up, shall we? Let's not get too bogged down with what we're doing at all. So I'm going to glue this on here like this. Okay. Now at this point, obviously I'm going to tear this or cut this because I can't obviously now go, you know, folding it over, if you see what I mean, because of course it would then compromise the folding ability. So tear it off there, and then let's just snip it off this end. Wasn't as easy to tear as I'd hoped, so there we go. Okay, well, let's just cut this off. It's not looking very neat. Sorry, I'm not making a very good job of this so far. Okay, right, there we go. So yeah, like how that looks. Now just deciding what we want to do at this point. So just before I decide whether whether we want to stick this down, I'm thinking, so it was this way, no? Okay, it's going to have to be this way up now because, oh, I've put some of it upside down. Never mind. So I'm thinking we could have this here as a little sort of separate foldy piece. What do we think? And actually, I'm thinking we could have that as a... right, I'm going to stick this down after all. So I'm very, winging a prayer here. We are not, don't have a plan or anything, in case you haven't noticed. We're very much just doing it as it happens. Oh no, I've got too little. Okay, so just pop that one down there. Okay, dokie, right. So like that, and then, so I'm kind of thinking if this were like a folio, which we could maybe have like a little foldy in. Oh, I like it there. I do like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. So, right, okay, for this one, let's just make this into a very simple pocket. So by that, I'm just going to, oh, actually, this is coffee dyed. Oh, I hate using, wasting. When I've coffee dyed something, I'd rather have it as an opening piece. So yeah, scrap that. I'm going to use this instead. So I'm thinking now, fold this in half. I'm going to tear this now here. So this again is also on that thicker paper. And then if we fold this in here, because obviously, I don't want to see the inside of this one. So that's all good. And then we'll have this one as a little flap. Okay. So we'll glue this one down here on this edge. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do find, you know, although these sort of very eclectic random makes, they're, you know, based on sort of wing and a prayer type stuff, I do find they often turn out like really, really, really lovely. Oh gosh, I hope this one does now that I've said that. But, you know, because they're so, yeah, like done so eclectically, and they've got like no plan, and they're nothing like anything that maybe you would do ordinarily, that actually they turn out really, really, really lovely. Right, now I'm thinking, yeah, take this down on this edge. So let's just open this out, and we're going to tape it down here. So again, just leaving a little bit of a space like that. Okay. Let me just pop this one down here like that. Okay, and then just turn that over. And just tape that down onto that side. Again, you know, don't worry too much if you've got little creases on your tape, it's all fine. Doesn't really matter. So there we go. So we've got a gorgeous little foldy out piece. So loving how that looks. Okay. Right. Obviously I've got the other sheet of that, so we can do that again. Now, what else did I have here? So just bringing back those other papers that I had. So I've got some more. These are coffee dyed. So again, these are going to go with that stuff to make some little, oops, this is coffee dyed as well. Yep, and that one can just go in my collage paper envelope beside my desk, as can that. This is coffee dyed on one side, but this is thicker. So again, I would probably quite like to have this still accessible, you know, to see the underside. So we might attach this onto this folio. We'll see how it goes. This is some scrapbook paper, which by the looks of things, maybe I was, oh, I don't know what I was doing there. I've glued these bits down. I wonder what that was for. Or maybe I was making a pouch with that. Okay, so we can still do that. Right, okay, another coffee dyed sheet there. Right, this one. Okay, well that one's pretty nice. Do we think that's going to go in here? Oh, I've got this black. That's not going to go. That's such a shame. Okay, that is a shame. Put that there. Right, okay. Do we think this does go or doesn't go? It doesn't really, does it? Right, I'm going to keep that. We'll try and make some other sort of ephemera from those. I've got this, which is another sheet of that freebie, and I've got this one. So I'm now thinking here. Now I'm wondering whether we might want to do this. So as we make like a wraparound sort of cover for this. So like that. What do we think to that? Okay, I think however we use it, it's probably best to glue this down. So let's just glue this down as we have with the others. And these ones, these are available on my Ko-fi page. Obviously they're free, you know, you don't have to purchase anything or anything like that. They're a free download. So if you haven't accessed those, then, you know, feel free to go over and grab some. Okay, like that. Again, just glue that down. And then I've got the other one. Okay. So this sheet here, which I'm thinking, do we want to have anything else? So far we've got, you know, we've got this side with a little flap, we've got here, and we've got here. So I'm thinking, do we want to have another side or something similar? So if this went on the front, I'm just thinking out loud at the moment. So if we had that on the front as a little wraparound closure, or we could have it, I guess, that way as a wraparound might be better. Yep. Okay. So do we want to have any other pages before we, you know, before we do that closure? I'm thinking we had that. I wonder if we could have a little sideways closure. Let's just fold this in half. I wonder if we could have, that might be quite good, like that. Yeah, what do we think to that? That would be quite good. So for this one, I'm thinking maybe just glue it like here, so it's then a side loading pocket. And then it's going to tuck around the other side. So if I just fold it, you know, roughly where the, oops, where the fold is going to go. So I want to make sure it's, okay, like that. So this side here, I probably want to cut down, make it smaller. So we're just going to cut that down like that. I mean, like I say, this is totally, you know, totally winging it. I've not got any plan or anything. I'm just hoping that this is going to work out like a good usable piece. I hope it's not going to be a disaster. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this down here. So just glue this edge together. Okie dokie. And then here, just going to run some glue down there and then, oops, along this edge. Keep on like spilling off the edge there. Right, there we go. So let's just move this out the way. Move these bits out the way. Right, okay. Okie dokie. So, yeah. I mean, hopefully, you know, what we're doing here is just kind of showing that you can make anything from anything, really. You know, so if you've got kind of similar bits on your desk laying around, left over from other projects, you can then turn them into, you know, other stuff quite easily, even when you're mixing and matching things that you wouldn't have necessarily thought to put together previously. So that can then be like a little side pocket there. Here. Okay, so I quite like how that is. So again, I'm just going to, I was going to tape it down, but actually I think I'm just going to glue this down. So, yeah. Okay. Right. Okie dokie, looking good. So, yep, let's glue this down now. I'm loving that sort of papery texture, what do you call it, parcel tape. It's really, really nice. Okay, so, yep, pop that down there. Again, just press that down. Okay, I'm sure I just dropped something on the floor. So I might have to do like an X-Piles for the floor after this series. Okay. Right, there we go. So, yep, loving that. Okie dokie. So we've got, yep, a couple of different flaps there going on. We're going to have this one here as a like wraparound closure. So just, yeah, coming around this way. So, yep, I can just fold that over here. Like that. Okay, squish that down. Now I am also wondering whether we should double fold this just to give it a little bit of room for going around the folio. So again, just going to like move it over by a fraction and do another score line. Okay, so that's got then a double fold, which will just give it a little bit of room for grabbing the folio, if that makes sense. So like that. That's going to glue on there, and then you've got that whole edge. Can you see there? I mean, to be honest, might not even be wide enough by the time we finish the folio, but it's a bit extra than it sort of would have ordinarily. So again, just going to glue this down now with the glue. So yeah, like that. And then we can always parcel tape over this if we want to. Oops, just got to be careful because I've got that double folded edge. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? Gluing it there. Nearly glued it on the wrong side there. Okay, so yeah, that's going to glue in there. Okay, so if I open it up, just going to squish it down here. Okay, like that. It's got some glue seeping out, which is a bit annoying, but never mind. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to now make a couple of extra sort of flips and flaps and things like that, just with, you know, bits that I've got left now, just so that we're using, you know, using the bits that we've got here, so that I've not got then loads of things left on the desk. So here I'm thinking maybe I'm going to trim this down slightly on the corner, but not the corner, the edge, like that. Okay, now I'm thinking, could we have this as a flap coming up there, which would be a top loading pocket? So yeah, I quite like the idea of that. So again, let's just move that out of the way. So this again, just gluing it down there and there. Okie dokie. I just didn't want to do like a really you know, the accordion style pieces that we've done before. I went to do that, and then I thought, oh, actually I think we maybe have done that in the X piles before, and I just thought, oh, that's boring, isn't it? So let's try and do something a bit different. So this, you know, feels like it's very different. You know, well, it certainly is very different. Yeah, haven't really ever made one like this before, so it's all just kind of made up on the fly. Right, so that can go obviously there, like that. Now in hindsight, I probably should have glued this down before I glued this piece on, which is going to obviously be the you know, the closure, but never mind. Or what I could do is actually glue this in like a pocket onto the page, like that, and we could probably then have maybe like a flap or something underneath. Let's just see. Something like that, maybe. Right, I'm going to take this in half now. Yeah, because this has got that coffee dyed paper, so I think really I'd like to utilise that and make the most of the fact it's coffee dyed by having it as a, you know, more like a foldy flap really. So yeah, let's just pop it like that. Okay, so you could have that like that. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe more like that. So then we've still got that flap and this flap, whoops, but we're not actually then compromising this by gluing it onto the, which now I'm thinking, oh, I could have done that without actually gluing that together. That's a bit of a waste, isn't it? Oh, let's open this up. Oh, hope it's not glued down too much. No, it's not, thankfully. So I'm going to tear this in half, and I'm now thinking, could we do a double a double pocket. So like that. That's better, isn't it? A bit more kind of interesting. What do we think? Yeah, I quite like that. Oh, or no, we've used all of this now. I was going to say we could have that. Let's just see if we want this one under. Should we have that one there? Okay, let's do that. So this one does not need to be very deep at all, because, and you'll see in a minute what we'll do to stick this one down. I'm going to put it more like a belly band, and then you've got the full height of the pocket beneath to play with. And so if I just cut that there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I quite like how that looks. And if you're thinking, oh my goodness, those colours don't go at all. Yes, I mean, I'm a little bit worried, but hopefully by the end they will all look nice. So we're going to put this pocket down here, like that. Okie dokie. Just pop it on there. Okay, right, like that. And we'll just glue that down. So, you know, we're really kind of using up lots of these papers, aren't we, that we're laying around. So this I'm going to glue on to the pocket here, just like that. You know, and then we've kind of made like a project from a whole pile of the papers. So, I mean, obviously I've got some left there that I'm going to do some other things with, but this is not a bad start, I think. So we'll glue this down like that. Okay, put that down there like that. Okay, looking good. Now what have I done with my tissue? Can't now see that anywhere. Oh, thank goodness, I found a couple actually, and a wipe. I'm always looking for wipes and tissues, aren't I? So yep, I found two tissues unused, you know, no ink or anything on them or glue, and a dry wipe. Also never been used. So yeah, that was quite good. Right, okay, so we've got that. That's a bit of interest, isn't it? Then here we could have, let's just have a look here. So I'm now thinking probably not this, if I'm truthful. Let's just see about this. It's annoying, isn't it? Because I've used all of these like right over there, which is a bit of a shame in hindsight, but well, unless we have something like this here, at least it's got some purple on it, hasn't it? So with them, you know, tying that purple in. So let's just put that down there. Okay. This is from my lavender collection papers. So yeah, I must say I do love those. And then or what if we have them running up the page like that? So we've got like a long pocket there, and then oh actually, yeah, I haven't really thought to do this, but let's just try this for a minute. Let me just cut down this edge here. Okay, so I'm thinking if we glue this polka dot paper onto there, and that makes them then one piece of paper, we could then have them as a side loading pocket there. Then possibly even have a little foldy out with this. So let's just cut that down. like that. Yeah, I think that works quite well. Oh, just suddenly thought we've got this whole side as well, which we've done nothing with so far. Maybe we'll have this here. Oh dear, decisions. Very tricky. Oh, I've got this as well. Oh, I'm so sorry about this. This is causing me a lot of, you know, yeah, kind of, it's a tough one to decide how to do this. Just move these out of the way. Because I suddenly thought, oh, we've got this side, and then I don't want to suddenly have like nothing on there that's going to go with the rest of the paper. Let's just see, unless we have this here. So let's just switch back. So that there, and then here we could maybe have maybe something like that there. Yeah, that might work. Just check what this is. Yeah, I think we might do something like that, to be honest. Right, okay. So back to our original plan, which was, what was it? We were going to glue this on to here, weren't we? So we have a like pocket there. Okay, right, this is going to have to come down slightly. So taking that down slightly, and then this here, okay, so that might work. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this down on 3 sides. Sorry, 2 sides, just 2, not 3. So 2 sides. So we're just literally attaching it to the page here. So like that. Okay. Again, just stick that down. Okay, and then we're going to glue this one here. We're going to glue it, yeah, on these edges, and then we also want to glue it onto here like a pocket. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue just a little bit here, and then I'm going to glue a little bit here, like that, a little bit there, and then round to the edge, if you see what I mean. So then when this goes down, oh, actually, just thinking, would I, yeah, want to have it like that. Yeah, so I just want to glue that bit there. Okay, so this is now gluing onto here. So hopefully, if I have worked this out okay and not made a mistake, what we should have is we should have a little pocket up here, there, and a whole pocket running the whole way down the side there. So even though we haven't got full sheets of paper to be playing with, we're making the best of what we've got with our smaller bits of paper, so that they then work as if they were a bigger piece. So yeah, quite like that. Okay, right, going over. So now what we want to do is we want to do something here. So we're going to just put this down, maybe even in here actually. Although I still have this, which I don't know what to do with now. Just having a look to see what else I've got here. I mean, I didn't really want to be pulling in random, all sorts of extra piles, but yeah, we might have to. Just see. That's very annoying. Oh, well, I have got some other pieces here, actually. I've just spotted. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is pretty handy. Right, okay. Oh, that's cool, isn't it? So we can either have that there and that there. Yeah, quite like that. Right, so we're going to do something here with this. So let's just take it down here. Like that. Again, we could always make a little cluster just from this piece. So yeah, let's not waste anything. Let's make use of all the last bits that we've got. So take that, and what should I do with those other pieces? There we go. From the little Victorian Beauties. Oh, let's just use this titchy one. I mean, obviously I haven't finished these clusters off or anything. I mean, basically what we're probably going to end up having to do in this series is just make the basic pieces, and then I'll have to either decorate in slow time or we'll come back to decorate, because obviously we're going to run out of time to do everything, if you see what I mean. So yeah, we might have to, you know, do it in installments. So just going to take that down there. Okay, I mean, that looks very pretty, doesn't it? We'll just get some lace. Okay, just pop that in there. Might even put the lace beneath that sewing pattern paper. There we go. Oh my goodness, how cute does that look? So teeny cluster there. There we go. So like I say, I will finish these off obviously in slow time. They've got no decorative pieces on them at the moment, but hopefully they will have by the time we come to use them. Right, okay, so I'm going to take this down because it's pretty wide. Just take it down here for the moment, and we'll see whether that's good enough. It might still be a bit wide if I'm truthful. Right, so this one we'll just make a little, do we want to do, oh, I think a long pocket on there actually. So yeah, let's just take that, just oops, hang on, I've not done that very straight. Oh dear. And obviously not being very straight on polka dots is going to be glaringly obvious, isn't it? There's going to be no coming back from that. Okay. Oh my goodness, look at that wonky side, which I hadn't even noticed. I wonder if this side is straighter. Oh yeah, that's better, isn't it? Right, okay, so we'll use that side instead. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to pop that down there, like that. Okey-dokey. Just there. Okay, like that. So that looks pretty, doesn't it? And I mean, obviously, like I say, you know, we've not decorated this or anything. So although it probably looks quite rubbish, it will hopefully look pretty. Yeah, pretty by the time it's actually decorated and, you know, prettied up a little bit. So, right, okay, liking that. And then here, do we want to have that as a long one or a lower? Oh, I don't know. Again, wish I could hear you guys and you could tell me what you think. Oh, we ended up having a lot of long pockets maybe, so maybe it will have to be, yeah, sideways one. So again, just going to squish that down just to give me a guide where to cut that, like that. Okay, so I will throw this piece away, it's only tiny. Okay, so we can put that there like that. Now I'm just wondering whether we want to do what we did with the other one and make it a bigger pocket by having this on there. Not sure. I feel like we might want to have this somewhere else to tie this colour in, you know, for the continuity aspect. So yeah, I think I'm going to just do it like this. So we're just going to have that one pocket there. Oh, actually, yeah, we're just going to have the, oh, No, sorry, just before I glue that down, I'm thinking let's have a little flap. So take another one of those coffee dyed pieces, which, what have I done with those? Are they still in here? No. Oh, good heavens, what have I done with them? I mean, seriously, they were like here just now. How could I have now misplaced them already? Oh my, oh, they're here. They're here in my lap, look. So again, I'm going to just use this one, and then it kind of like mimics that other arrangement in the back page. So like that. Okay. I think that's very wonky, so I might just have to, oh dear. Oh dear. Let's just check against my grid where it needs chopping. Oh. Do you know, it's not as wonky as it looked, weirdly enough. It looked really bad, but yeah, it actually isn't as wonky as it appeared. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to have that one there. So I'll just quickly attach that to here. Nearly mucked it up again. Not really great at doing these like eclectic things. It's quite confusing. Okay, right. So I've got all these bits, which I'm not sure yet how we're going to incorporate those, or, you know, we might even decide not to, but let's just pop that down like that. So just glue this on three sides. Oops. Like that, and yeah, like that. Okie dokie, right, smoosh that down. Oh my goodness, I'm loving how this looks, I have to say. It really is very pretty. I mean, I never ever in a million years would have mixed these papers all together, but my gosh, it looks so lovely. So what I might do now, just quickly before we finish this episode, is just to use up, you know, a few of the other pieces that we had in that pile, is just pop some pockets and things like that onto like the flaps that we've got and things. So this one, I can just pop this down as a pocket. So again, let's just take that. I will now need to straighten this edge up, so let's just take it there. I'm not sure whether that's much straighter, to be honest. Oh, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Do we think that's too tall on there? Perhaps we'd prefer it on this side. Oh yeah, I think maybe on here actually. So yeah, I'm just going to take it down very slightly in there. Okay. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? Yeah. So just pop that on there as a little pocket. Okie dokie. So pop that down. Okay, looking good. I mean, I've lost count now of the numbers of bits of paper that we've used. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about six full sheets, I think. Or seven full sheets, and then some scraps. So, you know, not too bad. Things that, you know, you could possibly kind of replicate if you've got some scraps laying around. You know, you could easily kind of use up. Now, I was thinking put these Victorian Beauties down on here, but actually I'm not sure whether they're the right thing, so I might not. Now, do we want to use any of these on here as little pockets? I mean, actually that is quite pretty, isn't it? So yeah, let's just take that down. Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's rather pretty on there, isn't it? can just have that as a little pocket on there. Or again, would we prefer it on that side? I'm not sure. Oh, or even on here. That's quite lovely, isn't it? Oh yeah, I think we're going to have it on there. So yeah, you know, I've torn this. It's kind of a bit jaggedy, but again, you know, it doesn't matter. It's all good. So let's pop that down there like that. Okay. So this is obviously my roses collection. And then obviously it's on the Totally Dotty papers, which are then on the freebie papers that are on the Ko-fi website. So, you know, totally weird selection and combination, but they do actually work really lovely, don't they? Really nicely together. So, I mean, who would have thought that? Okay, so now just checking. I could cut this more like that, to be honest, if I cut the ends off. I mean, unfortunately, this has been folded in the middle, but I'm just ignoring that, to be honest. It's fine, because once it's glued down, you know, the fold isn't really relevant. Okay, that's rather nice, isn't it? So I'm just going to try and take that slightly off there. And again, wonky cutting, not great. Okay. So, yeah, love how that looks. Okay. So, yep, let's just glue that one down. Okie dokie. Oh, I'm actually really excited to, well, to get my desk cleared, obviously, but also for the next episode to see what the next pile will bring. So, I mean, it may be that we'll end up with a few projects like this that then, you know, like I say, we'll have to finish off. I don't know, but I think it's quite fun to be doing stuff that's very different and eclectic and not planned, not matchy, you know, or any of those things. So let me know what you think. Now, I'm thinking, I would like to have probably another piece of this somewhere, just so as we're tying in the, you know, that pink from the front into here. Oh, I've got another sheet actually, so that's all right. I was thinking, oh, I've not got much left, but I mean, I could go and print some more, but obviously that defeats the object of us trying to be using what's on our desk. So I'd rather, if at all possible, just use what I've got here. So, right, now, do we want to, let's just take that bit off. Right, so, oh, that's not a flap, that's a whole piece down there. Right, okay, so what about like that? Or, actually, just spotted this floating around in my lap still, so we were going to have this on there as a little flip, weren't we? Oh gosh. Oh. Yeah, I had glued that slightly to the base. Of course I had. It was bound to happen, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we can glue that on there. Oh, I think that works okay, to be honest. And then perhaps we'll do a couple of clusters with these. So, yeah. Right. Let me just neaten this up because it's not all that straight. Okay. So, we're going to have this piece here. Love that. Yep. Love that. Okay, so let's just glue this down. I think for me, I like to, you know, even if something's very eclectic and a weird mix of stuff, if I've used it in one place, if I possibly can, I try and use it somewhere else as well, if that makes sense. So unless obviously I've run out and I've got no way of putting any more on, if I can, I like to try and continue it through the journal, because that just adds like a whole feel of cohesiveness, you know, to the whole thing. So, you know, we've got that Roses collection paper at the beginning. So, therefore, you know, if at all possible, to try and get it somewhere else, it just brings it all together and makes it look, you know, pulls it all together, makes it work really nicely. So like that, we're just going to glue this down here on the side. Like that. Okie dokie. Oh my goodness. Like that. Okay. Just smoosh that out. Okie dokie. So that's really nice, isn't it? And then these couple, I'm just going to literally tear them down. We'll just make a couple of clusters. So again, we really are just trying to use up, you know, the bits that we have kind of come across. So I probably picked a bit of an ambitious pile, if I'm truthful. You know, it probably was quite a large pile. So thinking I was going to get through the whole thing was, you know, probably unrealistic, if I'm truthful. But I will hopefully improve on my judgment. I mean, I'm better off probably taking a smaller pile, even if then I have to take a second pile later on in the episode, you know, rather than taking a really big pile and then thinking, oh no, I'm never going to get through that today. Right, so I've got those two. I've just got this little piece here, which I'm not sure what we'll do with that, but I mean, could probably even make it into a paper clip. Okay, so if I just pop these here, right, let's have a look. So again, going to use some more of that sewing pattern paper, you know, just because, like we said, we're trying to use things up. So, you know, obviously I do have more sewing pattern paper, but this one that's actually just been on the desk, it's quite good to actually then use it whilst we're trying to, you know, use things up, if you see what I mean. So something like that. And then again, I've just got a little bit of lace here. Let's just, oops, take the lace. Okay, pop that down like that. Okay, that's so cute. Honestly, these little Victorian beauties, they're just brilliant for clusters. It's obviously from the collage page, but yeah, they make the most lovely clusters, I have to say. Right, the sewing pattern paper, I'm tearing it around because I'm trying to avoid too much getting the lines in it, if you see what I mean. So that's why I'm being quite extravagant with it, because I'm trying to avoid so much the lined pieces. So like that. I just put that like that there. Okay, something like that. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? And then again, I've just got a little bit of lace here. Might even have the lace coming out from the bottom. There we go, straight through. I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue on the back of here, just to hold that lace down, because obviously it's not tucked in sort of amongst the layers of paper, so I didn't want it just getting caught and then being torn off. But I can obviously tear around now and make it look a bit better. There we go. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? So they really do make lovely clusters, don't they? Right, okay, so we have done that. So, yep, we've made the folio. We've made several clusters. Let's just quickly make a couple of paper clips or something. Now, I have got this, which I haven't used at all. So, yeah, might have to include that in another pile, to be honest, because we're going to run out of time otherwise. Oops, I've got some purple here. Right, okay, let me pull in my paper clips from just behind me. Oops. Oh, my paper clips now with other junk all in with them as well. Oh dear, nothing stays good on my desk, honestly. It all just gets mixed in with other stuff. Right, so oh, we've made quite a few clusters actually, more than I thought. So yeah, let's just ink around that. Okay, and might as well just do a couple from these as well, just whilst we're here and at it. That one and this one. I don't think these are going to look very good with that green lace, if I'm truthful, so that's a bit of a shame. So the green lace will have to go in my, you know, lace and fabric sort of scraps bin. That's annoying. Not great, is it? Yeah. I don't mind it on there, but I'm not sure. Hang on. No, it's not great. Okay, so that's going to go in my fabric. I'm just going to put it in my fabric drawer, to be honest, because we'll just get it off the desk now. Okay. So I'm thinking put that there. Now I've just got a little bit of lace here. Okay. Just take that down slightly. Just see if I can mix it in with any of the other bits that we kind of like found floating around on the desk, because then that's more bits gone. So yeah, let's just get my glue. Sorry, I keep on knocking the hot glue gun over, and that's a bit annoying. Sorry about that. There we go. So, I mean, we've been pretty productive, to be honest. I'm not sure how long we've been filming for, because unfortunately I can't really see the time, but I think we've been, you know, been pretty productive. So I'm quite pleased at how we've got on. Right, okay, I'm going to just quickly ink this up first, like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop this lace down here, pop this on like that. Okie dokie. Like that. Now, just wonder whether we could have something like this. Just kind of going across there. Like that. And then just a little bit of lace going across the top, like that. Set that down like that. Do we want a little bit here? Maybe a little bit here. Oh yeah, let's just use that little bit up down the bottom. Looks pretty. Okay. Yep, loving that. Now let's just see if I've got any plain bits of paper. Well, I can use this, to be honest, it's fine. On the back, so again, just going to get a paper clip. Oops. Hopefully a largish one. Yep. So just pop that on there like that, and then that's going to go onto there. So just again attach that with some hot glue. There we go. Oh my goodness, I mean, how gorgeous is that? And it took literally seconds to make. I mean, to be honest, I think what would finish it off just perfectly is a bit of black bling. So let's just take my bling, just pop a little bit of bling on there. Oops. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that? Okay. There we go. Oops. Oh, that looks so pretty, doesn't it? And that took literally seconds. Okay, so let's try and do another one. So maybe using the purple. I think I'll just tear this down a little bit. Like that. And then we're going to have that on there. Now I'm just wondering whether I could even use some of this. Oh, it might be a bit bright, to be honest. might be a bit bright. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use that as the card to put the paperclip on, just because, to be honest, I can't see any other, you know, plain card. So either way, whatever I use is going to be something, you know, decorative and sort of extravagant, which is a shame. So I might as well use this, to be honest. Right, okay. Let's just ink this up. Ink this one. Okay, and then I'm just seeing whether I've got any plainish lace to put on there. Sorry, just moving my thingamabob around. Okay, just got some lace here. And just pop her down like that. Okay, and yeah, just glue that down. Okay, very pretty. And we'll just then, I think, see if she can have one of these little texty bits as well, because that looked very cute, didn't it? Just going across the bottom like that. Okay, and then just a little bit of the ivory lace there. Just see. Oh, I quite like it even down the side, to be honest. Bit different there, having it at the side, but yeah, let's pop it there. Okay, and then the clip goes on the back, so again, just trim that down slightly. Oops. Just going to, yeah. I just like to use the hot glue for this because it's instant drying, and then I'm not having to worry that the paper clips, you know, not quite glued down or anything. It is, you know, instant, so it's all on there glued now. Okay, that's very cute. Do we want to have a little bit of bling on there? Actually, funnily enough, I actually don't mind that without the bling, that one. So yep, we'll leave that one. And then the final one, we've just got this teeny one here, which I'm thinking perfect for a tiny clip. So oops, again, just take a piece of that white, not white, sorry, this paper, but just so it's white on the back. It's still a bit long. Okay, is that going to be better? It is very tiny, that little image, so yeah, maybe come down slightly more. Okay, so like that. And then all I'm going to do, I'm going to just pop her onto maybe some lace like that. So like that. Okay, and then we'll just snip her down. Maybe take some of that down, because otherwise it's a bit monstrous on there compared to the rest of her. And then we're just going to pop her onto the paper clip. So if I just put her up the right way, and then the paper clip, oh, I've got to be careful, it's very, very tiny to be playing with this hot glue on. Yeah, there we go, like that. Okay, I mean, she looks gorgeous anyway, doesn't she? But you know, could always just put a bit of bling on her if she needs it. I'm not sure whether she does, if I'm truthful, but I mean, it's not really got anything much to adhere to, because you know, that lace is kind of overhanging. But yeah, we'll just put it sort of more onto the picture rather than the lace, if you see what I mean. So just a little bit there. Okay, so how gorgeous is that? It's just a tiny little paper clip like that. So I think we've done quite well. We have used up most of the pile. I have to say, I do have, you know, a few things left. So we've got these things left from that pile that we took. So yes, more work needs to be done, but we'll probably pull these in tomorrow with some other stuff. So yeah, these are the things that we made. So we've done 3 paper clips. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clusters, and we've done an entire great big folio, which of course again it needs decorating and things, but you know, we've made a good start on it. So yeah, I hope that you like what we've done. I hope you feel inspired. Love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and yeah, let me know if you are working along in the X-Piles series as well. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate your giving this a big thumbs up, and if you are not subscribed to my channel, if you could subscribe please, that would be awesome. Thank you so much then. Bye.